Thanks for joining us. A 56-year-old man has been charged with second-degree murder in connection to Prince Albert's fourth homicide of 2025 and second this week. Yesterday at about 8:50 a.m., police located a deceased man in the 500 block of 39th Street West. The victim has been identified as 36-year-old Lyle Ballantyne. The accused is scheduled to make his first court appearance August 5th. Earlier this week, 39-year-old Wayne Keller was found dead in what police also call a homicide. That case remains under investigation. More communities in northern Saskatchewan have been forced to evacuate due to wildfires. On Wednesday, the village of Pine House called for an evacuation of everyone except essential workers. The community is under threat from the Muskeg Fire and Knee Fire. Yesterday, Clearwater River Dene Nation called for an evacuation due to the nearby Park wildfire. A statement from the nation says buses carrying evacuees are headed to Bonnyville, Alberta. Environment Canada says the forecast in the area does not look promising.
We do see a number of fires burning in northern Saskatchewan and north central Saskatchewan. Just the way our setup is, it looks like that's going to be continuing for the next little while. And of course, with hot and dry weather, the risk of more smoke from those fires.
As of this afternoon, there are 71 active wildfires burning across the province, with 17 uncontained. The Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency says it's responding to 10 active evacuations. Stacey Hine joins us for a quick look at our weather situation here. And Stacey, in short, it's pretty hot out there.
Yep, it's going to be another warm, long weekend. Temperatures hovering around that 30-degree mark. Now, heat warnings are in effect for a large part of the province. Pretty much anywhere north of Saskatoon has a heat warning issued. Again, Prince Albert, we will see temperatures around that 30-degree mark. Quite a bit warmer than seasonal. Our seasonal high would be about 24. Now, when we have extended periods of heat, that's when we really start to see some of that instability in the atmosphere. And that's when we start to see some thunderstorm risks. There's thunderstorm risks for Prince Albert. We're also keeping an eye on this system near Swift Current in the southwest corner of the province, but I'll have more details on that later in the show.
Sounds good. Thanks, Stacey. Premier Scott Moe is encouraging the federal government to not put counter tariffs on American goods in retaliation for higher American tariffs. U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order pushing tariffs on Canada to 35%. Premier Moe says countermeasures would hurt Canadians. He also reiterated 95% of Saskatchewan exports to the United States remain tariff-free under the Canada-U.S.-Mexico Free Trade Agreement.
Notwithstanding a few industries that lie outside of that agreement, and I'm thinking notably from Saskatchewan's perspective, the steel industry, the forestry industry, but more broadly across Canada, the automotive industry as well, are having some sector-based challenges. And we need to continue to negotiate and work through those particular trade and tariff challenges in those industries.
Moe believes tariff-free Canadian exports may have gained a competitive advantage relative to other countries that face tariffs on the same products. A child has died after being hit by a vehicle in southern Saskatchewan. RCMP say the boy, who was under the age of 10, was seriously injured in the collision in the community of Ogama. It happened yesterday afternoon at about 5:30. The boy was declared dead at the scene. The driver of the vehicle remained at the scene. Ogama is about 115 kilometers south of Regina. Two people face several firearms and drug-related charges following a recent police investigation in Saskatoon. The Saskatoon Police Guns and Gangs Unit executed a search warrant at a home in the 600 block of Kingsmere Boulevard at about 10:30 p.m. Wednesday. They seized 2 prohibited shotguns and ammunition, 2 pellet guns, 35 grams of cocaine, and a small amount of methamphetamine. Saskatchewan RCMP are renewing a call for answers in a historical missing persons case. 50 years ago tomorrow at around 3 a.m. August 2nd, 1975, then 16-year-old Irene Sherbin was last seen outside her family's home in Hudson Bay after hosting a party. Today, Sherbin would be 66 years old. Her whereabouts are still unknown, and police believe her disappearance is suspicious. Her family continues to seek answers and is calling on anyone with information to come forward to give the family closure. The Virtual Health Hub is launching 2 new commercial projects and joining the Can Health Network. Community leaders, members of the provincial and federal governments, and First Nation leaders celebrated the announcement today in Saskatoon. VHH is a Saskatchewan-based idea to transform access to health care for remote, rural, and northern communities. The two new projects are from Saskatchewan company Luxonic and Nova Scotia company Virtual Hallway. Luxonic offers a virtual imaging platform that allows radiologists to view and interpret diagnostic images. Virtual Hallways project is a simple digital platform to allow physicians to connect with specialists for advice. The director of the hub believes every Canadian deserves access to health care, regardless of their location.
This is the future of healthcare. We know that we are in a true healthcare crisis. Our hospitals are over capacity. You go to any emergency room in the country and you can wait 10, 12 hours before you are seen. You are put in the hallways. So we need to make sure that technology can be a tool to be able to solve these issues.
The virtual health hub on Whitecap, Dakota Nation is estimated to be fully operational by 2027. One of Saskatoon's longest-running events is in full swing. There's more Saskatoon exhibition to enjoy, with festivities expanded from 6 days to 8 and 17 more rides than last year. The Midway features new and bigger rides like the roller coaster and Drop of Death. Entrance security is in place to guard against incidents like bear spray attacks that have been seen in the past. This is the second year metal detectors have been used at entrances. The Midway food is always popular, with a top choice usually being the spud nut. The flour recipe for the golden donuts is safely guarded and patented.
Well, it's just the patent of the special spices and everything. And so, but it's just the fact that it is a product that is literally handmade by people in the back. It is not using any sort of machinery, because there's no way that you can make it with a machine. So it's actual humans that are back there and they're making the dough. The dough is rising, the farmers are...
About 250,000 people are expected to pass through the gates this year. The 140th edition of the exhibition runs until August 7th. Still to come, staying aware as you head outdoors. What to know when it comes to these seemingly never-ending smoky skies. Welcome back. The ongoing wildfires in northern Saskatchewan continue to have an impact on air quality in the Gateway City and surrounding areas. Jasmine Pelche on what you should know before you head outside.
It's been a pretty smoky summer. What are some dangers of smoke inhalation for people who are spending a lot of time outside when it's a smoky day?
Well, you're absolutely right, Jasmine. We've had a lot of smoke, and that goes with the forest fire season that we've had to date and likely to continue as the summer progresses. We want to remind folks, if you suffer from a respiratory condition, such as maybe asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, normally known as COPD, you'll find that on a day like today, you just can't catch your breath. But also, you and I, who don't have these symptoms, also can't catch our breath too because of the smoke. So we want to remind folks that if you do have to venture out, you might want to grab a mask. If you work outside, again, a mask is probably a good place to start, or just take more frequently breaks. Or if you have the luxury, simply don't leave your home or don't go to work. But I don't think they can't go to work, sort of deal. So we want folks to be mindful of the smoke. The smoke itself contains particulates, even though it's happening far remote from where we are in Prince Albert, or if you're in Saskatoon, or even down south in Regina, or anywhere else in the country for that matter, it still contains particulates. And sometimes it's been said those particulates can be harmful to you, so we want to limit our exposure.
What are some specific things that people should be avoiding outside?
Well, if you don't have to go outside to do simple tasks like walk the dog, weed the garden, walk to the neighbor's place to visit, you might not want to do that. If you're someone who's an avid cyclist or goes for a run, you're maybe going to find a time of day where the smoke is not as bad. All right, so maybe if you go for your run in the morning and the smoke is bad in the morning, you're going to go in the afternoon, or vice versa. Those are some of the general tips that you can do. Again, we encourage people to listen to the local media, listen to Environment Canada, subscribe to those services where you can see what the air quality index is and take appropriate steps based on that. If the air quality index is low or moderate, maybe your game of football or baseball with the family or friends or in a league goes ahead. But certainly, as we note with some of our professional sports, like our riders, they have built in, the air quality index has to be less than in order for the play to go on again. It's all about safety.
Is there anything we didn't talk about that it's important for people to understand or to get across?
Well, certainly, again, we want to remind folks, this is not just something that's happening today or tomorrow. This is an ongoing sort of thing. We kind of sort of looked at air quality indexes to bigger cities like your Torontos, your Vancouvers, your large centers where there's lots of vehicles and smog. Well, now you have to think that we have forest fires and all that smoke needs to go somewhere. And so, again, just be mindful. You notice the haze outside, you check your weather app, or you listen to the local media, whatever it is for you to get that information, and you hear or read about the air quality index being, moderate or high or 10 plus. Then start to rethink, what am I doing today? Do I need to go out fishing? Do I need to go in the garden? Do I need to do that right now? Maybe in a couple hours, all you need is a little wind and all this smoke will lift away. So we just want people to be safe and just take those into consideration.
Yeah, this is more of a personal interest question, but my eyes hurt. Does that have anything to do with the smoke, or is that just a light thing right now?
No, it's actually just part of the smoke as well. Just think of yourself if you were at a campfire. You're sitting around with friends at the beach, at the lake, camping with friends and family, and you sit too close to the fire, you sort of start to say, oh, it's just like, and you kind of back away and you can't catch your breath or your eyes burn. That, again, is the smoke and the particulates that are in the air. So, again, the best I can offer for us is stay indoors. And sometimes, like for us, we're outside doing this interview right now, so we don't have that luxury. But we'll both head indoors as quickly as we can.
We've got sports coming up after the break. What do the Riders need to do to snap a years-long winless streak in Montreal? Stacey Hine back in for a full look at weather now. And Stacey, we're heading into a long weekend, and I think it's going to be a hot one, right?
Yes, Blair, it's going to be super hot temperatures around that 30-degree mark. Again, heat warnings issued for pretty much all areas north of Saskatoon, so make sure you're staying hydrated there. Taking a look at our map now, as I've been talking over the past few days, we've seen that ridge of high pressure throughout, causing those high heat temperatures, and it's going to stick around for a few more days. As that breaks down, we're going to start to see temperatures drop off a little bit starting Tuesday. And as we see that prolonged period of heat, we're going to see some instability in the atmosphere. That's what we're seeing right now near the Swift Current Val-Marie area. It's a storm system. It's going to be lingering around. It's moving down slowly, so it's going to bring quite a bit of rain with it. I know that area is expecting about 5 millimeters of rain. Taking a look at our future cast, we're going to start to see some more instability in the atmosphere. Some storm systems moving through Saskatoon might get a little bit of that precipitation. Prince Albert also seeing some thunderstorm risk in the forecast for tomorrow. Even up north, we may see some pockets of showers. So it's going to be an interesting long weekend. Overnight, clear in Candle Lake, Melfort, Nipawin, Birch Hills, Spiritwood, Battlefords, and temperatures in the mid-teens. Tomorrow, again, it's going to be hot, mainly sunny in Candle Lake. If you're heading out to the lake tomorrow, it will be nice. We're not seeing much in terms of precipitation in the forecast for Candle Lake tomorrow. Nipawin at 31. Rostering some risk of thunderstorms, but pretty much warm across the board. In Prince Albert tonight, air quality going to be considered moderate risk. A low of 14, a clear sky tomorrow. It's going to be hot, a high of 31. Again, our seasonal high is about 24, so quite a bit hotter than that. There is a thunderstorm risk, and we may see some precipitation. On the bright side, air quality warning is considered low risk. We're also really in need of rain in the area, so we'll see some more rain throughout the forecast. A Sunday looking pretty nice, mainly sunny, a high of 29. Monday, our long weekend, Saskatchewan day, a high of 27. Tuesday, a high of 27. Then we'll start to see temperatures cool down a little bit as that ridge of high pressure breaks down. Wednesday, we'll start to see some much needed rain again in the forecast. So, Blair, it's kind of a silver lining. Not the ideal long weekend, but again, rain is really needed for the area.
Yeah, well said. We've been hot for so long here, then, as you mentioned, we definitely need that rain. So
yes, and I should also mention Emma Lake, Christopher Lake, again, Candle Lake, sunny and warm tomorrow. So if you're heading up to the lake, at least there won't be rain in the forecast there.
All right, good stuff. Big thanks for that, Stacey. Let's take a look at sports. The Roughriders have struggled in Montreal over the last few seasons, and tomorrow they'll be looking to snap a winless streak that dates back to 2021.
Out of trouble.
And it's a 2nd and goal. Alouettes need to find the end zone. Looking there! Touchdown!
The last time the Riders won in Montreal, quarterback Trevor Harris was still on the L's. And despite that TD pass by the current starting quarterback for the Green and White, the Riders did win the game 19-14.
They're a good team, so, I mean, no matter where you play, you know, you're always in for kind of a tough battle versus those guys. But specifically there, you know, it's always, in my recent memory, I don't remember, regardless of what team, you know, we were with, it always ends up being a tough place to play.
Kickoff in Montreal is set for 5 p.m. Saturday on TSN. Sticking with football, the Saskatoon Hilltops are back on the field preparing for another season. The Hilltops annual alumni game was held last night at Ron Atchison Field. The alumni won a nail-biter, coming out on top 18-17. The game's an opportunity for current players to show what they can do as they prepare for the season. The Hilltops will be relying on a few new players to step up at key positions, including at quarterback, where either Braxton Elias, Charlie Mulder, or Hayden McMahon will take the reins from Trey Reeder. There are a few key veterans returning and plenty of new faces.
Chase Moles, our boundary corner, we're expecting big things out of him. And then offensively, you got Corbin Evan back, who should be a dynamite player. And then after that, it's sort of, we're not sure who we are yet. So that's the fun of it, and we're here to figure it out.
The Hilltops begin their season on the road in Winnipeg August 10th before returning for their home opener at SMF Field August 17th when they'll host the Edmonton Huskies. Canadian tennis star Jeannie Bouchard has ended her professional career in her hometown of Montreal. It comes after she fell in 3 sets to Belinda Bencic. After the match, Bouchard thanked her fans, coaches, athletic trainers, and her family for helping make her tennis dreams come true. And she's already begun a professional pickleball career. The late Hulk Hogan is being honored today in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis declared August 1st Hulk Hogan Day in Florida, with flags to be flown at half-mast. Hogan entered the political limelight with a speech at the 2024 Republican National Convention, talking about Trumpomania, a spin on his popular Hulkamania catchphrase. The wrestling legend died last week at 71 years old.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Pop star Justin Timberlake has revealed he's battling Lyme disease. It comes just after he wrapped up a world tour where fans noticed something seemed off. Lara Spencer has the story.
This morning, Justin Timberlake announcing he's suffering from Lyme disease. The 44-year-old opening up on Instagram about the toll the disease has taken, writing, "I've been battling some health issues and was diagnosed with Lyme disease, which I don't say so you feel bad for me, but to shed some light on what I've been up against behind the scenes."
I got this. It's time I go. It goes electric and then I turn it on. Say what?
The news coming on the heels of these viral videos showing the last stretch of his Tomorrow World Tour. The star looking sluggish, having the audience sing most of his vocals. Fans fans at the time posting to social media, wondering what was going on.
He's literally laying down the mic and just dancing on stage.
A singer who was paid by customers to sing, and he did not sing.
Timberlake says he was shocked to receive the diagnosis, but that it gave him relief to understand why he was feeling nerve pain and crazy fatigue. Justin posting, if you have experienced this disease or know someone who has, then you are aware. Living with this can be relentlessly debilitating, both mentally and physically. His former NSYNC bandmates sharing their support. Chris Kirkpatrick writing, I've always known my little bro was tough, but this tour showed me a whole new level of strength. And Lance Bass writing, proud of you, brother. Wishing you some well-deserved rest and so much love.
So you never know what someone's going through there. Yeah. Well, Stacey, a highly anticipated music video mentioning Saskatchewan has been released, but fans are a little disappointed to find out no images of our province are actually in it.
I'm moving to Saskatchewan.
Chaperone's song The Subway dropping last night with the music video released today. The teaser for the video featured some footage of Saskatchewan shot by a Regina media company. A line in the song talks about her moving to the province. However, Saskatchewan didn't make the final cut with the music video, mostly showing scenes from a subway. Now, Stacey, I know you like Chaperone. What'd you think of the song?
I like the song, but I agree. I would have loved to see some canola fields, some Saskatchewan staples, especially, you know, there's that scene where there's a rat crawling through her hair. Just a little unsettling.
Yeah. And we got subways here. She could have shown those as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, still a good video. Stacey, quick note, you know, but the viewers don't. This is my final show as the full-time anchor of the Prince Albert News. Still staying here, but moving to a different role, a more digital role. But with how this place works, I'm sure I'll fill in when needed. So, big thanks to everyone for sticking with me. All right. Have a great weekend.